Hello, Internet. We are live. And now I'm gonna go over to this thing, and it is going to detect my game. Yep, there we go, okay. Welcome back to, well, I'm playing the last spell, one day in-game of every day of my real life. And we are continuing the adventure in Lakeburg. This is day 14 of the journey, meaning that after this point I will have been doing this for 2 weeks, although it's been a little bit more than 2 weeks since I actually started because I've missed a few days. Alright, let's see the Oraculum. The gold one wants to speak to me. Rejoice, O earth and sea, for I have come with gifts in hand. When will it all end? This depends on thy grasp of the cosmos. One would say, never. But if thou thinkest only about the very orb that thou art now inhabiting, one can reach some kind of closure, at least as mortals see it. Let us all partake in this glorious, endless cycle of life and death, and escape oblivion. Okay, I got the Seer building. And is there anything else new that I can see? Omen of Clear Sky. Survive 3 nights with the fog at maximum density. And this makes the closest point of the mist further away. Okay. I can do that, I suppose. And now the purple one. Do you have anything new for me? Spears. Okay. So let's go look at the omens. No, I wanted to look at heroes. Well, I can finish unlocking Omen of Dexterity. And then I could nearly grab Omen of Sturdiness. Yeah, let's try to get the rest of these cheap omens unlocked. That's what I'm gonna do. And we're back here. Items available, night rewards from last night. Swift boots. They give resistance. Not bad. An offhand wand as a secondary weapon. And then a draining crystal, which gives an action that is available. Strong focus. Spends move points and mana to gain action points. It also reduces experience gain, which I don't really want right now. Items that reduce experience gain are kind of like a last 1 or 2 nights of the run kind of thing, I think. An offhand wand essentially lets them get an extra action because this doesn't cost an action point to use the offhand ability. Or I could just get some boots for some resistance. Let's give Duran some resistance. And now, can we go back to the night rewards? The other one. An Adept's Wand +3 is pretty good. She has that thing that gives 75% reliability against isolated targets. So this Adept's Wand against an isolated target would have like 90% reliability, meaning that the minimum damage would be extremely close to the maximum damage. Gives a steel hammer +3, which I don't like more than the current hammer +3 that I have on Durand. Wooden shortbow +2 is worse than the shortbow +2 he has. So the best thing I can see is this Adept's Wand. I could give it to Durand to give him extra mana. +11 mana is pretty large. And I'm going to sell this leftover wand. And right now he has magic fuel, so he wants more mana, yeah. Now let's do the level ups. Kieran Bully gives him, if he's targeting a enemy that has any kind of negative status, this will give a lot of critical chance, but a little bit less critical power. Are enemies suffering a lot of debuffs or stuns, poisons? I kind of don't think so. Although I could give him poisonous to start putting poison on enemies. I guess we'll do it, even though I don't think I really have ways to trigger it just yet. I'll have to look out for that, I guess. And then your stats. Just damage is good. Accuracy is nice for a ranged character. Resistance is helpful for not dying. Mana is kind of detrimental to Kieran because I want to be activating critical runes as much as possible. Can I roll for stun chance? You do have a hammer to apply stun with, so that's not nothing. I'm gonna reroll this again. You can have isolation, that's fine. And then just damage. I'd really like to give you more critical and critical power. Okay, Durand. Relentless, I always like Relentless. And then your stats. Stun chance, magic damage, poison damage, experience gain. We do still have a long way to go on this run, so experience gain might be the way to go for you. And over here. We'd like more armor, but I kind of would like more armor than that. So I'm going to reroll this. Nope. Okay. We're just going to go with the damage for you then. And then experience gain. And now let's go to Layla. Energized gives you action points for spending mana. And now I have you with cherry picking. 1 by 1, whenever an isolated unit is killed, you gain plus 7% damage. Whenever a non-isolated unit is hitting a non-isolated unit, it reduces this bonus. Is there a maximum to this value? 80%. think that for now I just want energized, so she can regain action points. And then let's go here. What are you looking for you? Magic damage, I guess, is one thing. Experience gain, mana regen. I think we'll just go with mana regen for you. And then plus damage is always good. Now, let's look at what we can do. Got enemies coming from those two directions. And let's work the gold mines. Spend 6 of our workers on the gold just to get as much as possible. Give max health. Okay, can I build new structures? I can build an inn, and I can build a seer. I want to build a... No, I should build an inn so that I can get new heroes quicker. There we go. Okay. We can have up to 1 more hero than we currently do. Hero capacity is 4. We have Harv, who is a hunter, which gives opportunism and skill range, ferocious for more damage, and claustrophobic, which just means you don't have a helmet slot. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but you're only level 1. Currently, our existing heroes are which level? Level 5, so you'd be a little behind. Where's... there it is. Jalenka is level 5 already. Druid for poison damage and healing received. Dexterous. And naive. And she has the poison skill tree. And the debuff one. You have debuff and I don't know what that one is. Gael. Minstrel for reliability and critical power, but less dodge. Daring. And corrupt. Okay. Level 5 Freya, a hunter, precise, and floppy. So, yeah, you could be a good ranged character as well. Eleonora. Wizard, ferocious, nihilist. Oh, not you. Nope, okay. So mainly between Jalenka and Freya. Probably Jalenka then. And do the poison damage plus your poison skill tree. Alright, Jalenka. What do you got for us? So obviously we want poisonous. And that means we're probably going to make you a melee character mostly. So Avid Learner is good. Coagulation. Mana Shield is actually pretty interesting. But I don't think we're going to do that for you. Toxic Leech for sure. Vampire. Berserk? We could actually do the spiky counter thing. Do you have increased block at all? You do have decreased armor. So, going for block would be a good way to keep you alive. Septic shock is okay, but we don't want it first because we want to make sure we have poison. Stunning, contamination, bully, sadist. Basically, this whole thing is good for what we're doing here. We don't really want coagulation because you've got reduced armor anyway, so we're not worried about it. We will start with... I'll actually start with Septic Shock and then immediately get Poisonous and Avid Learner. And then Spiky Counter. And now we want for you poison damage and block mostly. Blue reliability is nice. None of those. None of these are block or health. Blue armor. You have minus 30 armor intrinsically. I'm just gonna give you the damage. Resistance is a good idea as well. Let's reroll this side. Just take experience gain. Poison damage. Can you get block? There we go. None of this is block. Move points are good. Okay. So we got 5 block to work with for Spiky Counter. Opportunism is a good idea because we're having you do poison stuff. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get Jelenka some better gear. This hammer is giving plus block. So we're gonna have that go to Jelenka instead. Sorry, Durand. Any items that give block? Pants. No. Body armor. No. I don't really want dodge armor for her, so we'll give that to someone else. Let's give that to Layla. And then Jelenka can have this brace armor. It gives armor and it gives health, which is helpful. Dodge and mana. Dodge, armor, accuracy. Okay. So you up to 11 block, and that means Spiky Counter is going to be dealing 50 plus double your block. So a total of 72 damage from Spiky Counter. Oh my god, is someone setting off fireworks or what? That is a little annoying. Hopefully it's not too noisy in the stream and the recording, you know. Let's see. We can also still get a seer. And we can see some of the enemy types that are incoming. The seer always now reveals the exact list of incoming enemies as well as their quantity. Guess where? Refines the intel regarding the position of incoming enemies. This pushes the mist away. We want to let the mist in because of that achievement that will let us... What is that? 2 of a new enemy. I think that's new. That might just be the one that has high resistance. But it kind of looks different. Okay, this is helpful. I like being able to see the exact areas where they're coming from. And we still have workers, and we still have gold. So let's give max health to our new hero. And can we build any more new structures? We can build a mana well. We do still have workers that we can't really use, so getting mana well seems like a good idea. Whoops, fuck. Get a mana well. Let's upgrade the base ability. And give mana restoration to Layla. This lets us increase max mana. Definitely want that to be stronger. And it was Durand that wants max mana. I don't think anyone was really injured there, but this restores mana to all heroes. We don't actually want to do that. Let's just go scavenge some item piles. This can give me an item. This is gold, and this is gold. Anything with block. This has block. Jalenka, we got you some heavier armor. It gives a lot of armor, which isn't going to matter much, and it gives 5 block. Okay, I don't care about this. Any items here that give plus block? There's the wand with plus block? That's really weird. And the rusty shield with plus block. This is plus 5, this is plus 9. And it gives critical. Yeah, we'll take the shield. Up to 25 block. Any more items that give block? In particular, pants, helmet, trinket. We can still buy that wand for her alternate weapon, which gives the plus block whether she has it currently out or not. So 30 block means that Spiky Counter is dealing 110 damage whenever to anything that hits her. And she's taking 30 less damage from each hit. And has resistance and armor as well. Okay. That should be pretty cool. And then she's also poisoning stuff. And I have enough Tainted Essence for a trade. Oh right, that one that I left. Where the hell is it? There it is. I want our sturdiness. Very nice. Is there anything new since I got that? No, I didn't think so. Let's see. Omen of Resilience? Sure. Alright. Now that I think we've done all the preparations we need to, we can get ready to actually start the night. I'm gonna put Jalenka on this side. So, Layla, Durand, and Jalenka all have wands. So that doesn't really matter much. Jelenka and Durand both have hammers. And Kieran does. Okay. Still, I think we want Jelenka and Durand on different sides. And then Jelenka has a wand, and Durand has a wand. So if we really need range damage for some reason, one side is going to be a little lacking. No, Layla has a bow too. Okay. This looks good to me. The last thing we can do tonight is repair all the walls and then try to reinforce some of them. Okay. And now we begin. Oh yeah, that's a new enemy for sure. Hello, scary guy. What the fuck are you? Accursed. Believing in ghosts is common, whether or not they actually exist. Corrupted mind playing ghosts may seem a little over the top, but unfortunately they now exist without a doubt. They love paralyzing people with fear and confusing their senses. So you have high stun resistance, a lot of health. No block. 50% resistance, so magic damage is pretty good. Plus some dodge, so yeah. Range damage is not going to be that good. And you don't have any armor, so physical damage isn't going to matter either. Then what do you have? Spectral Orb. 42 magic damage point blank. Frighten. Reduces action points. And magic exhaustion depletes mana from the target. But that's actually an attack as well. Okay. So we want Jelenka to go and hit it with the wand. Pretty quick to kill that. Nice. Very good. And that's that side for this turn. Then we come back to this side. Alright, that's the turn. A lot of actions remaining, but there aren't so many enemies. There's the second one. Yeah, she did some good counter damage there. Plus 14% damage, as long as you're not using your mana. And you want to leave isolated enemies alive. Okay, the accursed on this side actually survived the round. Great. That's going to be a problem soon, isn't it? Oh, actually, having Kieran on the same side as Jelenka is a very good idea because he can't do poison for Bully, but she can. wait, I guess. Oh, the curse went right through the wall. Okay. We need to kill that thing now. And some enemies are actually getting around the walls as well. They're coming through the docks. Get a bunch of isolated targets. And then we come back to this side. Kara needs to go this way to deal with the runners. And then we have Jelenka. Nice. We're starting to get into the city. Into the haven, I guess is what it's called. Let them hit you for that sweet counter damage. Karen got the ones that had gotten through the walls. And now we return to Durand. Actually, doesn't one of you have an offhand wand? No. Only the offhand hammer that Durand has. Okay. Can you hit that guy? Okay. And now, Layla can get very big hits on all of these isolated targets. And spending mana gives her action points back as well. And that's the turn. Durand is taking a lot of damage. Leave isolated targets for her. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Powerful turn. There's just one flying guy left over here. You can't reach him right now. Okay, back over to Kieran. Okay, where is Jelenka? What are you? Elite Armored. Has an unusually high value in a certain attribute. That's what Reinforced. Reinforced is a special trait that you can have as an elite. You got Dodge. That guy will die soon. Okay, that's the turn. Then Poison gets some kills. Very nice. Oh, there's runners all the way down there. Okay. Okay, Kieran is gonna run towards those guys then. And then Durand. Get to that bat, I guess. Can't quite hit him. You have a wand. What am I doing? Layla, can you get to a position where you can see Kieran? Yes. Which means you can energize him. So he can run even further. But he still can't reach them. So that's the turn. There's a lot of leftover action points. Alright, Kieran. Just go finish off those two. Alright. That's it. That's the night. That was not very smooth. But it certainly didn't go badly. And for once we had some characters not level up. Probably because they didn't get as many kills or something like that. So I'll need to make sure that tomorrow I have them in particular kill as many enemies as possible. Durand and Chelenka did not level up. Durand does have the reduced experience gain. And tomorrow we're just gonna have normal enemies, it would look like, according to the seer. Yep. Alright. Main menu, progress will be saved. And that's it for tonight. And so the adventure shall continue tomorrow. Goodbye.